Hey everybody, this is Micah with coldapache.com. I'm here with Patrick from Selleractive.com, and we're going to give you a little inside tour here. We're going to look around and we're going to look at the specific features that they have regarding inventory and pricing and a whole host of other things that can really help you with your e-commerce business. I'm going to go ahead and let Patrick take it away. We're going to look and we're going to see specifically how this will help you with inventory first and then kind of move on from there. So just pay attention, and there's a lot of great stuff here. This is a really valuable tool that you can use for your business, and it'll really help you to be a multi-channel monster when you're selling online. So, Patrick, how's it going?
Everything's great on my end.
Awesome.
So when you first log, so what I'm going to do is share when you first log on to Selleractive how that interface is going to look.
Okay.
You'll say welcome to Selleractive. You'll see some inventory values, some sales volume, ROI reports, and you can toggle between day, week, or month, or a custom date in the future or the past to seeing if you're on target. And that's where we have some bullet point on the graphs. And here on the left-hand corner, it will show you like your top five um, products on the marketplace.
Okay.
And then when you click on the other tile, it will show you what marketplaces that you're currently on. So that can be from Amazon, eBay, to any other places that we integrate with. We have a shipping called Desktop Shipper that's included when you join with Selleractive, and it'll give you some basic reports and functionality just for the first screen. And then here on the right hand corner we have how many items have been repriced using our repricer, how many buy boxes, how long it takes to fulfill or ship your item, and how many products you are is at your floor price. And I will talk about the floor price and the repricing in the third slide.
Okay.
Any questions
Yeah,
on
I
that
was
so far?
Yeah, one thing I was going to ask when you were talking about the sales volume area and showing your ROI and things like that, so you can put in cost data for your items and you can show your return on investment. Is that correct there? And how does that work?
Exact, exactly. And then in the third slide, I'll show you how I put in that into um, our process, and then how the repricer works off of that report, and then generates reports uh, going on from there.
Okay.
How technical you actually want it to be.
Oh, if you just want to kind of show just a general overview, that would probably be pretty good for that.
Okay,
I mean,
perfect. I will skip right on to that one. So when you click onto the listing manage page, what you're going to see is some details about your product, and I'll show you a little bit more about the cost. If you have a client that has a MAP price, which they would most likely have, um, here we'll show you the fulfilled by, like whoever the merchant is, and you can toggle between um, the people that you integrate with and how well that syncs into our system. And then you'll have your product ID, the quantity, the listing minimum, the listing maximum. Here's where you enter in your cost for each item that you have. We
mhm.
have clients that have 10 SKUs to a million. And all we have to do is making sure that you have your right cost, how much it costs you, what your price that you want to sell it for, your default price, and then map pricing if you can't go lower behind, selling quantity. And then we have preferred pricing and maximum pricing. So when that happens, and then we have the minimum and the floor price that we'll put it into the equation, and that's how our repricing structure will work. Some reprices go all the way down to the bottom. What the algorithm does, it takes fulfillment time, your feedback score, your feedback counts, quantity of the product sales, the lead time to ship, your competitor score, and when you enter all those factors in, we have a button where it says like your current rank. You just click on that, and you'll see where you rank on those sales channels.
Okay. Hey, one question here. When it comes to uh, when it comes to pricing, if you have a price, okay, that's the minimum price, and your buy box is fluxing back and forth. Can you tell me how fast? your repricer works? I mean, does it change price every hour or every minute or once a day, or how fast does it update?
So since we're SKU-based software, everything's linked by the SKU, and then we work on Amazon and eBay's and all those different people's open API.
Okay.
And our system is built to scrape data every 46 seconds.
Okay.
And based on, how many products you're changing at that time, you can fluctuate between 3 to 5 minutes
Okay.
to actually hit on a live marketplace. And then let's say you're on eBay and you're on Amazon, we'll scrape the Amazon data if you want to do it that way, and then we'll push it to mirror the price to eBay or other marketplaces.
Okay. Perfect.
Any other questions that you have um, tied to that topic?
Yeah, I think that seems pretty straightforward on the stuff I was trying to hit there.
And then if you have anyone that deals with bundles or different things with comes in a set like a toy car and has the wheels and all those different accessories, we're able by clicking on the feature on the bottom left hand corner, we'll say create a bundle, and then it will take, let's say, you have 100 wheels that you need to add into a category, then we'll be able to deduct from the total quantity from the kit sale and then also from the wheel itself.
Oh, awesome. So you guys can do kits and bundles and things like that.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly. And then if you want to search by an item, if you had a million SKUs, you can say, hey, wheels. And then in this box here, where you double click on this, and it will show the include, exclude, the title, the product ID, something if you have a lot of SKUs to make sure you can find it quickly. And as
Okay.
you see, there's some tiles on here, you can click on, or some custom things that you want to type in.
Okay. Gotcha. Now,
And then what I'll do is
go ahead.
what I was going to say next is that we have a pricing strategy page just to kind of show you when you enter those information in, you can see how, hey, I can do the minimum price, the dynamic price, um, just kind of the pricing strategy for anyone that we have. You can kind of show the target rank, what number you're listed at, what you want to be, and kind of play with those pricing quantities that I showed you in the previous slide to making sure that you can be as aggressive or conservative as you want based on your sales cycle.
Okay, awesome. So that's good to know about those strategies there. So you can, I mean, if you want to stay like a penny above the lowest price, you can set that up, right?
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Yep, and then that comes into the advanced buy box method. Um, the velocity pricing based on sales category. Let's say today is Thursday, and by next Thursday, if you don't sell 10 items, decrease my price by 10%.
Oh, great.
Or if your price is 20% up, or whatever you wanted to do by that Thursday, or you can enter that in using our pricing strategies that we have.
Wow. So you could kind of, with that tool, streamline your process for selling out of stock. So let's say you have some items that just aren't selling. Well, you can put it on a rule and say, hey, get rid of this item, drop the price by 10% every week if I don't sell any. And
Yep, and then going back to that topic too,
yeah.
you'll put this in that minimum pricing,
Mm-hmm.
or basically your floor price, and that will give you um, all of those numbers that you need in order to create a sale, start date, end date, condition. I mean, there's so many different things that you can be able to do that a lot of people don't really have those features in,
Mm-hmm.
or be able to manage millions of SKUs at one time.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And here, what I'll do too is I'll show you our integration page of who we integrate with, how easy that is to link up to. So for Amazon, what you would see here, and then this is how you do it for every single one. I'm just going to click on um, Amazon because that's the first one. You'll click on try to integrate your account. So when you come on with Selleractive, you have a 30-day onboarding process. You get a designated onboarding specialist, and they walk you through what we're thinking, giving your goals that I or your consultant would have, and kind of bridge those together. So you have some common goals that you want to accomplish during those 30 days. That means like going live, testing the repricer, the inventory management piece, or tying into FTP or anything more complicated. You kind of get that all out during that implementation time. So what happens here is you log in as your Seller Central account, and then you click on sign in, and then from there we'll say, hey, let Seller control my account, and then you'll see successfully integrated right in this area right here, and then that's all you have to do. We're pulling all your information from the marketplaces that we integrate with into our platform, and then you'll see it like how we had it in the inventory management piece, where you can pick your floor price, your ceiling price, and all those different things.
Okay, great. So you guys can actually pull in the data existing in the accounts. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And the same goes for Jet, Walmart. Walmart's coming next month. Our
Okay.
listing tools are being robust, so we can do that one button listing. We have all the Amazon CAs, UKs, etc. We integrate with Magento and Shopify. So if you have a custom shopping cart, we can do that. We also have Newegg and Google Shopping. FuseSpot for people that deal with car industries and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have the QuickBook integrations. Again, all the major ones we have. Walmart you're not seeing here, but it will be here shortly. We're in beta testing. Is there any other functionality that you're looking for besides the order management piece?
Yeah, if you would show me a little bit about how your listing process works, if you want to make like
Okay.
a new listing, that would be interesting to know as well.
Yeah, so we have a category specific template. So at this time, but at the same time, when your clients would jump on and use Selleractive, we would have the one button listing.
Okay.
And so we would do export to Excel, because right now it is on Excel template. So here you would have some categories. I'll blow that up a little bit more so you can see it. So everything, so let's say, you're on Amazon, eBay, something gets deleted. You have some backup files here. So we'll take account for what is the last updated sheet, and then you could be able to push that back out.
Okay, gotcha.
And then here you have like it's inventory, the site, the seller SKU, the location, the condition, the quantities, and you could also update your quantities on the page itself or using this. Let's say you don't have an inventory management system that you have a scannable. You can just say, okay, I just got a shipment of this in, so I'm going to change this to 24 or 35, whatever that you have, and then continue the process. And then you also have the backup with if you want to change the price in bulk or anything like that. Then we just pretend like we saved that, and then we go to the publish page. Oops. We go to listing, create, and then it's going to be you save that, and then you go in there and say, hey, I want to do inventories, my bundles, or whatever it may be, and then you hit file upload, and then you'll be able to publish your listings because they'll come up here. This feature is being changed as we speak. It is almost finished, and then we'll be able to have one button listing to the places that we integrate with, or a bulk listing tool to the people that we don't integrate with.
Okay. And I want to go back to inventory real quick for a second and ask you, okay, if I have some inventory that needs to exist on some shelves and I need to have like locations for it, how would your system handle, I have my own warehouse and I want to ship out of it and I'm accounting for inventory in your system. Is there any way to put a note for a location or something like that?
Perfect. So what I did was I clicked on the order manager page
Okay.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
You go to orders and hit order manager. And what's going to do, depending on who you want to ship with, because we use desktop shipper, like I said before, they are a great solution. And that also comes free with our service. We pay for your subscription to them.
Okay.
And what happens is we would go through a demo with them, make some custom packing slips, get your standard shipments in there, and then here is this location factor up here. We can say, hey, this is row 2, letter A, or whatever it may
Yeah.
be that you have in your warehouse, and you can put that there. So when somebody buys that item, it's going to come right here, and then when you print your batch for the day, you'll go to like refresh all. As you see on the left hand side, there's a lot of different methods and features that we have by just clicking on that button and hitting refresh.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can say, okay, print selected, or print all, or you print your pick list. And then, during that pick list, your location will come up there in the wherever, however you customize your, your packing slips or whatnot. And then that location feature will be there, so you don't have to kind of say, hey, I'm going to go to aisle 2 now, and all my items are on aisle 3.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you a better read of what's going on.
Yeah.
And then if you have a lot of drop shippers or different things like that, you have the SKU vendor mapping in this category. It's a drop down menu here that will be able to see, hey, this is where I'm going, and be able to track that from your drop shipper.
Okay, great. That sounds good. So whenever you have like Amazon FBA orders and they come in from eBay, let's say, how does that work kind of if you're fulfilling through FBA?
So right here, you'll see that Prime feature,
Uh-huh.
and you'll just click on that, and
Okay.
it'll show you your custom orders and things like that. And then you'll be able to, however you get your Amazon orders to eBay, it would
Yeah.
continue to do that same thing.
Yeah, down here a couple of notches down, it says pending FBA down right there. Yeah, and it says 2 under pending
Mhm.
FBA. Yep, I see it. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's great. And
Yep.
you'll be able to see your timeline there of when the items were submitted, and then also when FBA picked them up. And you'll be able to see that in Amazon, but you'll also be able to see that in here as well. So you can have an eye on the whole picture if you're doing a mix of FBA shipments and you're also fulfilling some things yourself. You'll have an eye on everything here, and you'll be able to break it down by channel or just see everything all at once.
Exactly.
Awesome.
It's just based on the customer and what they want to look at or what get through. Because usually we deal with people with 2 to 3 employees to hundreds. So
Yeah.
it just depends on how you want to set up your business. We kind of make it custom for everyone. You have a lot of different options that you can be able to toggle between and pick from.
Okay, great. Well, that looks really good. I just want to ask you just one last thing. I think we covered a lot, but if you want to tell me anything that you think that you guys, when a company is considering who to use for their inventory software, their pricing software, their shipping software, you guys kind of have like an all-in-one option. But could you kind of tell me a little bit about like why a company should use your solution over, the other guys? What's your edge, and why would you say that you're obviously one thing I picked out that's really great is the onboarding process. That's really essential to be able to have experts from the company being able to help you along the way to get on board. And so that's one thing that I'm going to notice right now that's definitely would set you guys apart in my mind. Although there are some other companies that do. Some companies just give you a paddle and tell you to row. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
but what would you say to that,
and
Patrick?
honestly, we give our best opinion. If somebody's not a fit, we tell them.
Yeah.
We say, hey, is there something that we just can't do, or we don't think you're a fit yet? We tell them. We want to be able to, we're consultants. We're not salesmen. So I think the difference between that is when I bring somebody else on, or somebody on my team bring somebody else on, we keep you for the life of your account after your 30-day onboarding process, or however long your onboarding typically takes. On average we're at 30 days. um, yeah, as soon as that is over, you get me. I'm your account manager. I facilitate some of the things that you want, to reach out to some of our preferred partnership programs, and we make sure that we represent you to the fullest, and making sure that you can be happy, or just basically we're always here when you need something. And I think other companies, they just you were sales, and then wow, you're on with a 2-week onboarding or whatever it may be, and then after that who knows what happens to you when you have a problem, And then when you're with me, also, we also have a full time technical support staff. So, you're having trouble listing something, or there's an error, or there's some kind of report that you need that you're not seeing, you can call them, email them. You have my direct contact or whoever your onboarding process is. We kind of facilitate all those needs, so
Okay,
you don't
awesome.
have to do that.
Great. Awesome. And you guys are out of Oregon, right?
Yeah, we're in Portland.
Awesome. Awesome. Good deal. Well, that's really a good tour overall. And guys, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So, if you have any questions about this, reach out to me or reach out to Patrick. We can go ahead and we can answer your questions more in depth if you've got something specific we didn't cover here. But all in all, this is a great solution. It's really great, especially as an all-in-one, so that you don't have many different solutions that are all contributing toward your total goal. You want to, combine as much as you can. And when it comes to pricing, you can go look at these guys' pricing page, but you do want to think about one thing. You don't want to be spending too much money on too many solutions, but you also don't want to have your eggs all in one basket. So you have to kind of find a flow. These guys can do a whole lot for you, and it may work perfectly for your model, but there may just be one little thing that doesn't, and you do have to determine that. So definitely reach out if you have one little angle there that just doesn't work for you. You just want to make sure it's very, very fit to your model. And also, if it's not 100% fit to your model, try to evolve your business model to kind of fit this, because it's all in good practice. And like Patrick said, they work with companies that have 100 employees or 2 employees, millions of SKUs, 10 SKUs. So it's all over the board. This is definitely a scalable solution, and it can help you get really big. And you can start out from the bottom with it as well. This is a really great solution for those of you who want to be multi-channel sellers. And you'll be able to plug this into a lot of different stuff. If you got QuickBooks, you got a point of sale, then you can do that in your retail shop and then also manage things here as well. So pretty good solution. And thanks, Patrick, for being on board with me today and covering all this stuff. It was really, really great. Thanks for doing that. And
Yeah, anytime.
awesome. Awesome. All right. See you guys.